Hey there. Did you just recently go through a mortgage application and didn't get the answer that you wanted and don't know what to do next? We've got a solution for you, so stay tuned. It's good to be back for another video on home education. Let me formally introduce myself. I'm Joel, branch manager for Clear Mortgage and Austin's favorite mortgage lender. If I sent you this video, more than likely we went through a mortgage application and we didn't quite get the answer that we wanted, but that's okay. We can still help you. There's a solution. All this means that there's just one extra step we have to do to get your mortgage ready. With me today, I've got Joe from the Phoenix Group, who's our credit expert that helps a lot of our clients kind of get prepared and get mortgage ready so we can help you out. So, Joe, introduce yourself.
Like Joel said, my name is Joe Camacho. I'm a senior credit analyst with the Phoenix Group. I've actually been specializing in mortgage credit qualifications for the last 17 years. So I've been able to assist tens of thousands of potential buyers just like yourself achieve homeownership with some of the custom game plans and services that I provide for them.
Come on, Joe. So let me give you, or let's let our audience know how this works, okay? So I'm gonna give you some examples. So let's say I go through a mortgage application with one of my borrowers and we're not quite ready. So I'm gonna, of course, introduce them to you. So let me know what your process is and how it works so we can get the mortgage ready.
Once you send them on over, Joel, the first thing, guys, Joe's going to copy us on an email. I'm going to make contact with you immediately. So the first thing is getting that first initial call done. I want to get better familiar with you, your goals, obviously, home ownership, that timeline, what does that look like, and those proper expectations. So once I get that completed, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start working on the free credit analysis for you. What I'm going to do is start formulating a game plan that is not just going to get that minimum requirement, but exceed that minimum requirement. Once I put that game plan together, what I'm going to be able to do is contact you back and schedule a free consultation. That consultation is typically going to range about an hour and a half to 2 hours because I'm going to give you a full detailed game plan of exactly how we're going to make you a homeowner. Obviously, we'll go over the ins and outs of program with you, but also, most importantly, the responsibilities and the ground rules and the things that you'll be maintaining on your end as well, and how we're going to work together as a team.
Excellent, Joe. So when we go through your process, does the client, do they interact with you? Are they going to be working with you throughout the whole process, or do they just give you the information and just kind of sit back and wait for you?
Absolutely, Joel. There's going to be a lot of interaction because we're going to be working hand in hand throughout the entire process. During the consultation, I'm going to be giving very specific instructions of what needs to be executed on the buyer's side. But don't get me wrong, I'll be doing a lot of the heavy lifting throughout the process. Now, I am scheduled for about a 6-month program. Typically, that's what most folks have with us. But if we happen to exceed those 6 months, just to give you buyers a peace of mind, I actually work absolutely free of charge. So I think nobody likes to work for free. Obviously, I don't either. So I'm trying to put the most aggressive game plan together so that way we put you in a position to exceed those minimum score requirements and get you back to Joel for that pre-approval.
Awesome, Joe. So guys, make sure you save Joe's number because in order for you to succeed, you have to be able to take his calls, make sure you show up for your appointments. So save his number so when he calls, you know it's him all the time calling, okay? Now, Joe, when a borrower goes through your process, I know you mentioned, you try to do it within 6 months, if not sooner, but what's your typical turn time when somebody starts working with you?
I would say in most cases, it's probably going to be somewhere between 4 to 6 months. Now, don't get me wrong, we just did one for a Clear Mortgage that we were able to get just a little bit over 60 days. Everybody's profile or credit file is completely 100% different, guys. Your credit report's kind of like a fingerprint. It's one of a kind. It's unique to you. So that's why it's really important when I jump on that credit report, I start creating that custom game plan that's going to be geared for you and will only work for you only. We've seen the results before. typically happen around 30 to 45 days. I know me and Joel, we just had one here recently that we had, 17 days. We already had deletions that were being generated. But typically, yeah, we're looking at probably about 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, that is true. Awesome, Joe. So let our audience know, I know recently we worked with Mr. Garza. Tell us about his success story.
So Mr. Garza is one of our veterans that we've been working with, and Mr. Garza, when Joel had originally referred him on over to me, Mr. Garza had a mid score of a 523. Now, just like everybody else, we've had a couple of hiccups and kind of little bumps in the road throughout the years, but we were able to formulate a really solid game plan for him. We just graduated. He just went over a little bit over 6 months with us. We had a couple of new accounts that actually hit the credit report, and as a courtesy, because he's, obviously our client, we actually enrolled some of the new accounts that hit his credit report throughout the program. We enrolled that into the program absolutely free of charge for him. So it took just a little bit longer than 6 months. But the great news is today, we actually pulled credit, and his mid score now is a 706. Just for the quick math, guys, that's 183 points gained in our program. I had the pleasure of, updating him today and his wife, but obviously his realtor as well too. But I'm going to shoot out that email today to get everybody on the same page, and then obviously Joel's going to be generating that pre-approval, and he's going to get him out there house shopping today, hopefully.
Amazing, Joe. Yeah, that's definitely an awesome. It's a great story for sure, and this can be anybody pretty much. Like I said, if I sent you this video, or if you're watching this video, it's because more than likely we went through a mortgage application. We went through the process and we didn't quite get the answer we wanted. And like I said in the beginning of the video, it doesn't mean it's game over. All this means is just one extra step that we have to do to get your mortgage ready. And that step is, of course, is with Joe at the Phoenix Group. So I urge you, if you're serious about about buying a home, take Joe's phone call. Start working with Joe, and as soon as you graduate from the program, you'll be mortgage ready, and guess what? We'll see you at the closing table.